Gossip is such a natural struggle, I think, especially for women. We struggle with our tongues. And I think for us, we don't always see gossip as what it is. Sometimes we see gossip as just sharing information. Or sometimes, even if you're really good at it as a Christian, you can even put it under the envelope of, I'm filing this under a prayer request. Let me just share with you about this person. And it ends up being something destructive or exposing another person. I think a good definition for gossip is this piece of information being shared with the other person's permission? And is this piece of information being shared truly in love or to expose another person to humiliation? And anytime we have a motive of humiliating someone else, then we know that it's not a life-giving thing that we're doing. I love the movie Doubt and the play Doubt. And there's a great scene in that play where the priest is talking about gossip. And he gives this analogy of going on top of a building with a feather pillow and cutting it open and letting all of the feathers go into the wind. And then you can't ever recover all of those feathers, no matter how hard you might try. And gossip is like that. It's like throwing something out into the atmosphere that you could never recover. And as we talk about life and death being in the power of the tongue, when we say something, we may not see the far-reaching ramifications of it for another person's life. And we may not be able to see how far that could go in humiliating them and bringing destruction and opening the windows for the enemy to torment. I think a good rule of thumb for Christians is what I'm about to say true? Is what I'm about to say life-giving? Is what I'm about to say loving? And that being the filter for us in every communication of our lives. And it really takes time, and you need to be gracious with yourself in that way in your relationship with God. It takes time to learn how to filter what is the appropriate thing to say in this moment. When is it appropriate to share truth? And when is it appropriate to just hold your tongue? Because that's an important skill. So I think it's, gossip is especially destructive in terms of your witness. People don't realize that it's impossible to believe that you are a Christian if a majority of your conversation is spent destroying the reputation of others, even if what you're saying is true. It doesn't make you an agent for making the world the kingdom of God. It makes you a partner with the enemy and accusing other people and exposing them. And that never comes from the heart of God. That's never His intention. So in a practical way, I think that time spent with God, there's a beautiful prayer of St. Patrick's called St. Patrick's Breastplate. And it goes through all these ways that we invite Christ into our lives. Asks Christ to be beside of us, asks Christ to be above us and beneath us and before us. And one line of the prayer says, "Let Christ be in the mouth of everyone who thinks of me today." I think it's a beautiful line and a beautiful sentiment to personalize and say, and let Christ be in my mouth, so that in everything I say, I am His instrument today.